Now, one of the most important thing, if you are into saving money, that you must do is to cook meal at home. Like there is absolutely no alternative. At this point in time, there is no alternative to cooking meals at home if you want to save money. Because if you want to go out into a restaurant for your meal, you are looking at least $30 to $50 per meal, which will not help you at all if you want to live on the budget. Now, I buy a lot of stuff from Woolworths. Okay. Now, the reason I buy this stuff from Woolworths because of my proximity. I live next door to an Woolworth. So it does not necessarily, in your case, it doesn't necessarily has to be a Woolworth. It can be a Coles or any other super shop that you are close by. So what I do is this. At the end of the day, when I go for my evening walk, I pay a visit to my local Woolies. Okay. Always there will be some items that are on special. Okay. These items are actually marked with a yellow tag. They are close to the sell by date. Best before, let's say, is 2 days date. So what they're going to do at the end of the day, they're going to mark it down about 50 to 60% of the original price. So these items are actually a great bargain in most of the cases. Then of course there are items which I normally don't buy from the Woolies. Now for the fish, I actually buy it from outside. Okay. Like I live in Sydney, and there is a place called Flemington where you can buy fish at wholesale pricing, which is, I believe, $5-6 cheaper than the regular market price. But the only problem is you have to go on Friday, Saturdays and Sundays. These are the 3 days those shops actually operate, the shops that sell fish. And there is yet another place, it's called Plymouth. Okay, if you live in the CBD, like I'm talking about in terms of Sydney. If you live in the CBD, then there is another place, the fish market, which is situated in Plymouth. If you go there, parking can be a little bit tricky, but there is light rails. And if you go there again, it's not as cheap as Flemington, but still quite cheap compared to the regular pricing in the shops. So these are the two places that I normally buy fish from. But other than that, like the meat, the other day, like for instance, I bought a big chunk of shoulder lamb, which was originally priced, I believe, for $30 or something, and I bought it for about $17-18, like $10-12 cheaper than the actual price. You can definitely buy different types of meat, whether it's pork, beef, lamb, whatever you eat. You can buy pastries, you can buy bread, you can buy vegetables. Most of the time, a lot of vegetables, these are perishables, they have to put it on special. So you can buy these items at a very discounted price. The only problem with meat, like if it, for whatever reason, if I cannot cook it within, let's say, 2 days, that has to go into the bin. Like after 48 hours, by no means that I'm going to cook it. I'm going to put it into the pan, like no way. But most of the time, if I get the meat, if I'm not cooking it the same night, definitely I'm going to cook it the next morning. So the only drawback is that because these are close to the sell by date, you have to cook it ASAP. Okay, the next day is probably the latest you should wait until you can safely consume it. So these are the things that you can definitely buy from your local Woolies at a very discounted price. And the other thing I want to point out is the payment, that when you make your purchase, how do you pay? I pay most of the time using gift cards. And there are different types of websites, apps, whatever you want to call them. So there are different types of apps. Let's say, for instance, Shopback. Okay, it's an app. You got cash rewards, you got top cashback. Like these are the couple of websites where you can buy gift cards, again at a discounted price. Not a huge discount, let's say 5%. So what they usually do, let's say that you are buying a Woolies gift card. Okay, Wish gift card, I believe it is called, or supermarket gift card, whatever it is. So if you jump on to Shopback, if you jump onto the app, they will give you, let's say, $10 bonus for spending, let's say, $200. So in a sense, they are giving you 5% discount for your purchase of a gift card. And then you can use these gift cards to make your purchase at your local Woolies. And there are some other things that, like most of the time, these are the things that I use like every now and then. You got CommBank Yellow, like different types of banks. They have their own reward programs. CommBank Yellow. You got a reward program for Westpac. You got St. George, Bank of Melbourne. Like these are the different types of reward programs through which if you use the debit card, let's say that CommBank Yellow, you have a CommBank account, and if you use the debit card, okay, every now and then you will see offers like spend $100 for instance in Coles, and in return you will get $15 cashback. I'm just giving you an example. So every now and then with these different types of bank cards that I have, I get these offers. And when I get these offers, I then go into that particular store, that particular super shop, and I make my purchase using the debit card, the card that is linked to that offer. Okay, so you can use those things to, again, it's not going to be a huge discount, it's not going to be a huge saving, but every little bit counts. If you pile up, if you compile the whole thing, I can tell you that at least it will be $200-300 over 365 days over a year. You are looking at least a couple of $100 because all the groceries and everything I buy with gift cards. So this is how you can buy food and you can spend less, still enjoying quality food.